Today's May 28th, 2013. You're watching Speedrun. Over the weekend, Peter Molyneux and 22can's curiosity what's inside the cube came to an end, as one lucky player tapped through the final layer of blocks to reveal the mysterious life-altering prize inside. Edinburgh, Scotland resident Brian Henderson has won himself the role of God in 22can's current project, God game Godus. He will also share in the success of the game. Every time people spend money on Godus, Henderson will receive a portion of its profits. You will have fame, Molyneux said in a pre-recorded video. You will have fortune, and you will have the power to introduce morals into a game. MachineGames Wolfenstein The New Order takes id Software's original and adds a new modern twist to its first-person shooter mechanics. The story spans two time periods, the war in 1946 and the 1960s, in a world under oppressive Nazi control. The decision to leap forward in time allowed MachineGames to use more futuristic weapons, technology, and architecture, like Nazi-engineered robots, and turn protagonist William B.J. Blazkowicz into a fish out of water, rather than the stereotypical action hero. New Order will remain true to previous Wolfenstein games' storylines, but will mix the modern and classic in a way that feels kind of like a sequel, but will still be welcoming to new players. Tango Gameworks' The Evil Within will include elements of suspense, the supernatural, and will be absolutely freaking gory. The game's developers and creator Shinji Mikami want to create a subtle, anxious, shapeless, unknowable sort of fear. The game's early moments are tense, fear-inducing, and are permeated by a lack of clear explanation as to what is going on, which will only feed into players' fear. The Evil Within will take place in different locations but won't be a typical survival horror. Instead, Tango is trying to add those things, like destroyed cities and abandoned woodland cabins, to make a unique universe. World of Tanks, Warships, and Warplanes developer Wargaming will unveil its first console game at E3. The unnamed project was announced earlier this year and is being developed by Wargaming West, formerly known as Fear 3 developer Day One Studios. We reviewed Insomniac Games' four-person co-op shooter Fuse. Don't play this game alone, because why would you? According to Arthur,
Fuse is determined to push the co-op shooter forward, but that focus suffers at the hand of brain-dead AI in battles that too often tend toward drawn-out frustration.
it looks like the Xbox One will be dependent on that internet connection. Brian spoke with a bunch of Microsoft execs last week at the console's unveiling event, and the message seems to be clear. If you don't like the Xbox One, then stick with the Xbox 360. Don Matrix said the decision to require an internet connection for Xbox One was driven by the desire to create a future-proof console. He told us, "We have a great offline game system in Xbox 360 that gets better when it's connected. We could have made another offline console, but then offline would have been the lowest common denominator design point for developers. We chose to take the progressive path." Check out the latest Good Game column for all the nitty-gritty. Thanks for watching, Polynauts, and for those of you keeping track at home, it's 2 weeks till E3.